What's going on, guys? You all here, and welcome to Confabulate, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Will Sanchez. Thank you so much for stopping by. And this week, you guys, this is a very different episode. I wanted to just drop like a surprise episode out of nowhere just to talk about a few things. But first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. How you guys doing? It's been a minute. I had an incredible Christmas. Got to spend it with family, and I got gifts for everyone. I decided not to wrap any gifts this year because I got sick for a week, and then it was finals. But besides that, like, I do plan my gifts like August, September. But I don't know. I saw something on TikTok about these Christmas bags that you just kind of put them in, and then you tie them, and you don't really have to wrap. And they're reusable bags, and you don't have to worry about wasting paper. That's not like the main reason why I decided to do it. I'm just like, let's just try something different. And I actually loved it this year. It was super easy and fun to do. And I still love the bags. They're like plaid. And then there's some with like snowflakes and stuff. So the bags, I might do them again next year, but I kind of did miss wrapping. I'm just not the best wrapper. But I did love the bag. So we'll see what I do next year. And, yeah, I got 3 more semesters of school, and then I finally get my degree. So we're looking at 2026, another year and a half. But I love being a music major. It's so funny because that's what I originally wanted to do when I was 18, straight out of high school. And I got pushed in a different direction, and I tried other things, and turns out there was nothing else that caught my interest, nothing else that I felt. I don't know why I'm ranting about random stuff. This is not what the episode is about. But it relates. I never found my calling in anything else. You know, some people, they just know what they like from a very young age. They're like, oh, I'm going to go into chemistry. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to be an engineer. I knew I loved music, and I wanted to sing, and I wanted to do a bunch of, I wanted to travel, and I wanted to perform. All I've ever wanted to do is be on a stage. We're not there yet, but I feel like I'm going on a path, on a route that, could benefit me, in the long run. But yeah, it was funny because I didn't go into music straight out of high school, went a different route, and then I took a gap year, and I've never been able to take like a full, no more than like 10 units or 11, just because I work so much as well. So it's very hard to keep that balance. It's hard to work and go to school, period. But when I work, mostly full time, it's hard to also be a full-time student as well. And it's not just attending classes. It's all the studying and all the work you have to do on the side as well. So yeah, a couple years passed, and I took the gap year, and I'm like, well, I'm back where I started. That was, not worth it. But I did learn a lot, and I just kind of said, fuck it. And I'm like, I really don't care what people say, what people think. I'm getting this music degree for me. This is my life goal. This is my Mount Everest. Oh God, the shit I've gone through with school. It's been a long journey. We're not even done yet, but I'm finally starting to see the end of it. Yeah, and I want my music degree, and I still work a lot, and I already have my career and my path, and I love to do it, but I really want this degree, like, for me, and that's what I've been working on. That's why I only did 1 season this year, because that's all the time I had to do it. I recorded my season in the summertime when I didn't have class, when I didn't have homework. Yeah, so let's talk about season 8. God. So the title of this episode is last season of Confabulate. It's going to be season 8 early next year. Literally, I get back January 10th from Puerto Rico, and I have an interview scheduled January 11th, I believe, or the 12th. I'm going to record that season fairly quickly, and I'm going to put it out February, March, and it will be my last season, and I'm going to have all of my favorite guests that I've ever had on. And it's going to be so much fun. Some people, like, from season 1 that I haven't had on since. some virtual ones, some in-person ones. I'm actually gonna have my own studio pretty soon at where I work. There's like an upstairs area, and we're turning it into a little confabulate studio, little hangout, which I will post about it when it's all done and ready, how I want it. But season 8 is my last season for a couple reasons. One, this podcast was never in the cards for me. It was never, I don't know, I never saw myself doing it. I'm not a very talkative person. I love to listen, which I feel like is my strong suit and what's carried me through these past couple years. It's about to be 4 years since the first episode. I cannot believe it. This podcast was just never, I don't know. It was never something that I wanted to do. It kind of just happened. I wanted to reconnect with a lot of people, and I already had all the equipment, so I just did it. But then as the years went by, I'm like, well, I want to interview this person, and then I have these ideas, and I want to do a whole season of album breakdowns, and I want to do one of people that have impacted me, and I want to do a whole family season, and then I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do some Grammy episodes, and I want to sing, and I want to interview, I just kept coming up with ideas, and I kept setting goals for myself, and little by little I kept achieving them and doing them. My voice is really tired. But now I'm kind of towards the end. I'm a big believer in being proud and happy and content with something when you've given it your all. I feel like I've given it everything that I have, and I've done everything that I wanted to do, except interview Jamie Miller. I'm always open to that, and I always want to do it. But honestly, like, I'm very proud of what I've been able to do with this podcast. And there's nothing left for me. And I don't want to keep pushing and doing things when I'm just, it's kind of like when people retire, like, you did what you had to do, and you're content and happy with what you did. And that's how I feel about this podcast. And 2, I've always wanted to sing. I miss doing YouTube videos, and I miss singing. So if I can put some of my focus and time onto that next year, I have a whole list of songs that I want to do. My voice is so much better than 2-3 years ago. Like, I'm about to be 25 now, and I am nowhere near like the singer that I was when I started at 17. My voice is like so much stronger. My range is better. My tone is better. I can do so much more things with my voice. Before my voice, I remember I didn't have a lot of range. I didn't have a lot. I feel like I could only hit like 2 or 3 notes. No song I ever sang was like in tune, and I couldn't do a lot with it. But my voice was higher back in the day, and I feel like as I got older, my voice dropped a bit. But my voice is just so much more powerful, and my voice can carry quite a few songs without getting tired. So I am so excited to sing again. That's a big reason. Like, I've been wanting to do covers for so long, but the podcast was always in the way, and I still had all these episodes I wanted to do. So, and yeah, reason number 3, number 8, the number 8 is my lucky number. It's my favorite number, and I feel really good about ending it on season 8, 4 years after I started. And it'll be a really fun season with people that, all my favorite interviews and all my favorite guests. Damn, do I want to spoil some of them? I don't know if I do. I mean, you just go through some of the episodes I've done, and maybe you can pick out some people that I'm going to have on. I don't know how to explain it. I just want to put this aside, and I might come back to it at some point. But for now, we're going to end it at season 8. As soon as I get back, I'm going to start recording, put this out. I'm really excited to record and talk to people again. I've got a lot of yeses already. I'm planning questions already. So season 8 is going to be a good one. We're going to end it with a bang. And that's the purpose of this episode. I wanted to make it really quick. But I do want to say one thing. Thank you to those of you that have listened throughout the years. And I love this because these episodes will always be here. That's the big thing. Like, yeah, I'm going to stop, but like, you can always listen to these, which I love. Thank you if you've ever listened to an episode, which I know so many people do. I'm not even lying when I say this. there's not a day that has gone by since I started in 2021 where someone has not listened to the episode. I check the stats weekly. Like every single day since 2021, at least one person has listened to an episode. Not even listened, downloaded an episode. And downloads, you have to immediately download it. Or if you listen to, I think, 5 minutes or more, it counts as a download. So that means so much to me that people actually listen. And there's times where I'm talking to people and they're like, oh, I loved when you talked about this or where you mentioned this. And I'm like, dude, that is like 38 minutes into the episode. So you're actually listening and you're actually paying attention, and I love it. A lot of them are a big blur for me, you guys, just so you know, because I do so many of them. But I respect and love every single person that I have had on. They're all memories and little points in my life. And every time I see someone's name that I interviewed, it takes me back to like where I was sitting, where I filmed, what I was wearing, where I was in my life. So a lot of my life, and my memories are in this podcast, especially the album breakdowns. Oh my God, I did a lot of that during a road trip, and I was sick for February and March of last year, 2023. And I did all those episodes while being sick, and I sang in all of them, and that was a rough one. But like it takes me back to that time. But yeah, I'm super grateful. Like I've been a podcaster for a couple years now, and I don't know. It's been a cool thing to do and to add to the list of things that I can do. But yeah, I'm just ready to go back to my calling, which is singing. I've also been working on other projects for years now. Like I've been writing this book, and I've gone to so many different paths with it, which I will put out eventually. But I want it to be perfect. And I've been writing this book since I was 20. Yeah, I'm about to be 25 now. So yeah, it's taken a couple years, but it's ending up, it's going to be pretty good. It started off as more of a memoir, and then I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want all of that out there, and I'm not going to call anyone out. And I just don't want all that to be out there. There's things that I'm still going through, and I just don't want, I don't know. I don't want to disrespect anyone and put stuff out there. So I changed it a bit. I made up some characters, and it's going to be a fun one. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I have been writing a book, and I will put it out at some point. And there's a different book I'm writing too. I'm writing a cookbook. I don't know why. I love to cook, and there's so many recipes. I don't know. I've gone through so many cookbooks, and there's so many recipes on there, on majority of cookbooks, by the way, that no one wants to make that, and there's ingredients that are like, no one has that in their pantry. No one has that in their fridge. So I wanted to make a cookbook with recipes that literally you can make like throughout the week, easy shit, like easy recipes that anyone can make, because I can make them. And obviously I'm going to do some Puerto Rican recipes, and I love soups and salads, and my sister loves to bake, so I want her to put some recipes in there. I'm going to get some from my mom, from my dad. It's going to be like a collaborative cookbook. A lot of it's going to be like recipes that I come up with and that I write, but I want other people to put their recipes in there too. Why am I doing it, you ask? Because I'm a creative person, and I always need to be working on something creative. And this is different for me. Plus, I took a writing class last semester, and I loved it. And I've been writing a lot since. I've always done songwriting, but this is a different type of writing, which I love. Anyways, I've been blabbing too much. It is actually really late right now. It's 11 p.m. And tomorrow's my flight, so I'm doing this now. I've become such a procrastinator the older I get, which I hate. I mean, I'm usually on time, and I plan ahead with a lot of things, but there's things like this episode or smaller things that I just save to the last minute, and then I should be sleeping now, and look what I'm doing. But yeah, thank y'all so much for listening to this. I will see you for season 8 last season. It'll be a blast. It'll be fun. And yeah, thank you so much. I will see y'all soon. Thank you. Bye.